Hi, Westside Wellbeingers. Welcome to our Pilates session today. I am in a different space, as you can see, and it's just a great reminder that you can do this wherever you've got space to put a mat out. So grab your mat, grab some water, I'll keep a check on the time, and let's start lying down on the mats. You can have a bend in the knees, feet to the floor. But just relax for a moment. Let the belly go. You can just breathe in and out. Nice deep long inhales. And nice long exhales. Excellent. Whatever you had to do to carve out this time in your day, you've done it. You're here now. So you just have to focus on how you feel as we go through the movements and just do your best. Nice. So we're going to start with lifting the knees up in line with the hips, and we're trying to create a connection between the lower back and the floor. So if you're feeling that there's a big gap there, maybe just come onto the toes and have the toes on the floor. So that is an alternative. If you're okay here with the lower back connected, we're going to toe tap, and we're just letting those toes come down to the mat. If your toes are on the mat, then we go the other way. So we're lifting up, and don't worry, just if you've started, keep going. This is one of those ones, like a lot of our Pilates movements, where we start small and we repeat, and we repeat, and we repeat. So it's that build up. Keep attention to your form though. Lower back pushing down into the mat. Excellent. Now, if you're starting to feel like, yep, I can take a bit more here, option to extend the leg a bit more. So you're extending that leg as far as it will go before you lose that connection. Excellent. Nice. We're going to go for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Hug those knees in towards the body. Squeeze the belly towards the thighs towards the belly, and maybe even just rock a little bit from side to side. Nice. Now we're not finished with these movements, so we're working into the lower abdominals here. So again, we're starting with those knees in line with the hips, or you've got your toes to the floor, but this time we're just going to extend and release. Extend and release both sides. And again, if your toes are on the floor, and it might not be toes now, you might have feet fully on the floor, and we're just lifting the leg up. And just see how that feels. Keeping the lower back connected to the mat at all times. If you're feeling quite comfortable here, maybe try both legs. We're bending into those knees. If you started with the feet on the floor, you might be happy there. You might want to start to lift the feet up. You don't have to do the same option for all the sets. You can do it for a few and then change. Lovely. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Hug those knees in towards the body. Maybe roll a little from side to side. And just start to notice how you're feeling. As you can imagine, we're building here. So there is more to come. Pace yourselves. So now we've got this option where we're getting used to the legs being extended. And again, you can be doing it one leg at a time. Now we're going to see if we can start to scissor the legs. So the legs don't have to be straight. If you're doing this with the legs one at a time, just really break it down. So you lift one, you take that scissor motion, and then you swap over. Keep the lower back to the mat. So having the foot on the floor can really help keep that connection. Lovely. Or both legs are extended and you scissor. So talking through the options, that keeps you going while I'm talking. Try and forget about the number. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Bend the knees, hug them in towards the body. A little rock and roll from side to side. And if we come on to any version that just doesn't feel right for you today, that's fine. Come back to an option where you were feeling comfortable. Legs extend again. This time we're going out and in, out and in. Same option. If you're keeping one foot on the floor, you go out and in, and then you swap over and do the other leg, out and in. Find the option that's working for you today. Next time you do this video, it might be different. That is the great thing. You can come back to this on-demand content whenever you want to. It's a nice way to track your progress. Keep the lower back connected to the mat. We go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bend into those knees, hug them in towards the body, maybe gently rock from side to side. Extending the legs up again. Super glue the legs together and we're going to lower both. See how far you can lower them and then bring them all the way back up. So we're lowering down until the point where you really can't keep the lower back to the mat and come up. So it doesn't have to be far. You could lower a couple of inches and then lift. Your choice. See what's working for you. I've already got a little wobble on in my core. I can really feel that working my abdominals. If you're doing it with the feet on the floor, same as before, just extend as far as you can. So it's not like the scissor motion. We've got 10 more to go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Knees come in. Excellent. One more variation with the legs lifted. And it's actually going to start to help with our hip mobility. So, extend those legs up. Let's start to take the feet around in circles. Just as much as you can. Doesn't matter which way you go because we will go the other way. If you've got one leg down, take a couple of circles and then circle the other side. Couple of circles, then swap. If you're going with both legs, we're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in towards you. You know we've got to go the other way. Conserve some of that energy. Extend the legs. Don't even think about it. Now try and go back the other way. I've got to work out which way that is for me. Okay, so for me, I'm going anti-clockwise. On the left, on the right. Oh no, my left is going clockwise, my right is going anti-clockwise. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, you've got this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Hug those knees in. Wow. I was feeling that. I don't know about you. Carrying on with some of that hip mobility. Have your hands on your knees and we're just going to circle out and around into those hips. And then back the other way. Lovely. Bring the knees together. Take the knees around together. And back the other way. And then bring the hands to the back of the knees and just rock gently left to right. Keeping hold of the right shin, hug it in towards the body and extend the left leg away from you. And being mindful of the space that you've got. And then same thing on the other side. And then let's come into a full body stretch. Excellent. Releasing the arms down beside you. We're going to roll over onto our right hand side. So as you can probably see, I am practicing in a conservatory today. So I really have to, just check how we're doing for time. Awesome. You are already a third of the way through your Pilates practice this morning or this afternoon. So yeah, I have to get this practice out because we're in the conservatory before it gets too hot. So if I seem to be sweating a lot more than usual, that might be why. Also because we're working pretty hard here. So, okay, so we're rolling over onto our side, feet connected, knees are stacked on top of each other, and let's start with a little clam. So you're lifting and lowering, sucking that belly button in. You could have fingertips to the floor in front of you or bring the hand to the side of the head. So it's your choice. And again, it doesn't have to be the same for all of the sets. You can change your mind, you can change it up. You could do a couple this way and a couple this way. And then take it back down. Absolutely your practice here. You know how your body is feeling today. We go for 8, 7, keep that core engaged, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Keep that left knee lifted, and we're just going to extend out and tap the feet back in. So keep that core nice and strong. And we're extending through the leg, toe tapping back together. The key here is to keep that strength in the upper body. Stay nice and still, nice and controlled. It doesn't matter how fast you're going. This is about control. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now we extend the leg. We lower and we lift. Lower and lift. Excellent. Really working in to the outside of this left glute. Lots of repetition. 8, 7, 6, 5, take breaks when you need to, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Keep that left leg lifted. We're going to reach the left arm up and squeeze, elbow to knee, and then extend. Elbow to knee and extend. Control is the key. Try not to roll back onto that right butt cheek. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that left leg extended. We're going to toe tap. If this feels too much, just go back to the knee to elbow. We're going to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. You can give a little rub into that hip. You can wiggle through that left quad and hamstrings and just extend a little bit of gratitude to your awesome body. And when you're ready, we're going to swivel over to the other side. Give that left leg a break. So when you get here, you know what we're starting with. It's those clams. And we're just going to do a few, get used to the movement before we even start counting. Remember about engaging through the core. So even though we're working a different side, a different leg, the core is still working. So we're getting some really nice consistent work through those abdominal muscles in our Pilates session today. Remember, if you need to take a break, you can. Excellent. You can also have those fingertips to the side of the head as we start to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the knee lifted and we're going to extend through the leg and bend. Nice and controlled. Just forget about the movement. Make sure you're breathing in and out through the nose. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. From here, we're doing our elbow to knee. And it could just be knee. You could have the hand on the floor. Try not to roll back onto that left hip. Find what's working for you here. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Extend. Take it to the toe taps if that feels available. You know we're not here for quite as long. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've got it. Awesome work. Let's release. Just come onto your back again for a moment. Stretching out through the arms, stretching out through the legs. So we're going to carry on working into these glutes now, doing some of our bridge roll-ups. So step the feet nice and close in towards the body, have a bend in the knees, push that lower back down into the mat, and then we're going to lift, rolling up chest to chin, and as you exhale, rolling all the way back down. Lovely. Lifting up and lowering down. You're already halfway through this practice. You have got this. As you lift the hips, really squeeze into the butt. And as you exhale, you can release. So we're just getting used to engaging through those glutes and then releasing all the way back down. Excellent. Keep it going. Now, if you want to, as you lift the hips, you could reach the arms up and over the head. And as you exhale, you can bring the arms back down. It's your choice. See how it feels. And just keep moving. You know we're going to build. So take it one by one. And if you need to rest, you can rest. Let's go for 8 here. Take your time, slow and controlled, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Just fully release those glutes when you get back down to the mat. And maybe if you want to, you could windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. Excellent. So, as always, if that was the movement that you were loving, stay here. Keep going with that movement. Option, we're going to inhale, start to roll the hips all the way up. And you can stay here, squeezing the glutes. If you want to, you could reach the arms up above the head. Excellent. We're holding here. So we're squeezing those glutes as much as you can to keep the hips as high as possible. Try and forget about it. Just breathe. Again, if you've put the arms above the head and you prefer them down beside you, you can go for it. We're going to hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep squeezing. 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted. We're going to lower and lift. Lower and lift. So you're thrusting those hips up towards the sky, the ceiling, wherever you're practicing. Excellent. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Rolling all the way back down. Arms can come back down beside you. You can roll knees from side to side. Excellent work. So we're going to come straight back into the second side. Or the second set, sorry, it's one side. And we're going to do that same little sequence again. So you're pushing down into the feet, rolling the hips up, squeezing the glutes, lift them high, hold here. Try and have your feet really nice and flat, pushing down equally through the front and the back, through the sides. Arms can be up above the head or have them down beside you. This set won't be quite so long, so we hold it. We're breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We pulse. So release and thrust. Release and thrust. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Release all the way back down. Maybe hug the knees in, maybe windscreen wiper them. We are still building. So try not to even think about it. Let's just come straight back in. Feet to the floor. Roll those hips up. Now, you are pushing down through your left foot. We're going to try and lift the right leg up. If that feels too much, bring the right ankle to the left thigh. If not, you've got the right leg lifted and we're holding here. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We dip and thrust, dip and thrust for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release all the way back down. Cool. I really am feeling that in this left hamstring and glutes. We'll stretch them out in a minute. Let's do the second set. Second side. You've got this. Don't even think about it. Lift those hips. Extend the left leg up. Maybe left ankle rests on the right thigh. We hold wherever we are. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We dip and lift. Dip and lift. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Release all the way back down. Let those knees release from left to right. I don't know if you notice, but when I do that, I can really tell my right glute is a lot stronger than my left. So it's a good reminder for me to be doing this work on my left side in particular, because sometimes that unevenness can create pulling and tension in the back in different ways, tension in the hips. Lovely. Let's stretch out. Bring the left ankle to rest on the right thigh and maybe just gently push that left thigh away. Maybe take both hands underneath the right thigh. Hug it in towards the body. So we are not finished, but you're on the home straight. Just stretching out after that nice glute work. Lovely. Let's swap over, release the foot, or right ankle to the left thigh. Maybe you're working here, pushing the thigh away. Maybe your hands are coming under that left thigh, hugging in towards the body. Didn't quite realize how the sun was going to come in and hit my face. Excellent. It's just adding an extra layer of heat here in the conservatory. We are doing sweaty Pilates. Breathing here. Lovely. Release that left leg down, extend the legs away from you, flex the toes up towards the ceiling, reach the arms up above the head, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, sit all the way up and touch those toes. We have not done so much work on the arms and upper body today, so we're going to change that now. We're coming onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Excellent. So to start off with, we're just going to reach the right arm out in front of us. I'm just making sure I've got space to extend the leg in a minute. So this is just slowly starting to get used to engaging through the arms. You're engaging through the shoulders a little bit. The core is engaged too, so you're sucking belly button to back. And then maybe extend the left leg away. Maybe let the left leg reach up. Now often we work on the legs here, but today I just want you to keep the right arm long and tap it down and lift. Tap it down and lift. You can have that back leg all the way on the floor if you prefer. We're just tapping the arm down and lifting. You've got it. Core is engaged. Heel pushing away. Slow and controlled. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bring that right hand down. Bring the left hand down. So if you feel like you're really dipping into your lower back when you have the arm and the leg lifted, try and round and tuck the tailbone under, suck the belly button in, and maybe don't extend the leg. I'm just going to shuffle to the side so I've got space to reach the left arm forwards. And this might be where you want to hold and work. Maybe you're extending the right leg back. Maybe you're lifting the right leg up. Maybe you're starting to add that little tap with the left arm. Nice and slow on that controlled movement for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Bringing everything back down. Just breathing here. Nice. So to set up for the next one, we're going to start in a plank. Don't worry, we're not going to work in our plank today, but just make sure shoulders are above the wrists, body is nice and long, and then just release the knees down to the floor. You can untuck the toes here. This is where we start to work into the triceps. So try and keep the body long, the core is engaged. Knees are on the floor, we bend the elbows back, and then we straighten. So you want your elbow creases to be pointing forwards towards the top of your mat. So when you bend the elbows, they come straight back in towards the body. Slow and steady. Try and keep the neck and the head in alignment. So I was just bowing the head down there. Try not to do that. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely, nice work. Take the knees wide, big toes touch, hips back towards the heels. Breathe out here. Lovely stuff. Let's come all the way back onto our hands and knees and just stretch out into the shoulders a little bit. Keep your hips in line with your knees and start to walk the hands all the way forwards. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Lower the chest and the heart down to the mat. So this should feel like a nice stretch out into the shoulders and the back, the upper arms. Excellent. As you inhale, lift the head, look forwards, and we slide all the way onto our stomachs. Forehead to the mat, arms beside you, palms pushing down into the mat. Now from here, we're just going to lift the head and the chest. And as you exhale, lower. So let's just get used to that as a motion, lifting the head and the chest, and then lower. Try and keep the neck long. Use your back muscle strength to lift and lower. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You know we're building. So forehead comes to the mat, and this time it's the legs that lift and lower. So squeeze those glutes. Try and keep the legs nice and straight. Use the back strength to lift and lower. The legs don't have to lift that high. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Take the gaze to one side or the other. You can release the arms, bend into the knees, maybe windscreen wiper the feet. We are still building, but just enjoy this little breather here. Excellent. So come back into position. Flip the palms down, forehead down, tops of the feet are down. This time we're lifting head and the legs, and we lower. Putting both of those movements together, we lift and we lower. We go for 8, for 7, for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. We keep going. We lift, and as we lower, the arms come up. So hands come down, we lift. We lower, the arms come up. So have a sense that you're squeezing your triceps, you're squeezing your shoulder blades together as the arms lift. Try and keep the legs straight and long as they lift up. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 4, don't worry, let's go to 2, and 1. Nice, relax, release. One more version to go. I think you can guess what that's going to be, but just let it go for the moment. Nice. So, final 8. This is our final push to the end of the practice, and then we're stretching everything out. So, hands push down into the mat, forehead to the mat, feet to the floor. We're going to lift everything and lower. As you inhale, you peel up and you lower. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top, holding here for 8, 7, 6. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. We're just going to flutter. We're going to pulse. We're pulsing the hands. We're pulsing the legs. We're holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You've got this. 2, and 1. Release. Well done. Nice work, guys. Just settle on the mat for a moment. Let everything go. And then you can bend into the knees. You can windscreen wiper the feet. Excellent. Release the legs. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Let's push ourselves all the way back. Take the knees wide, big toes to touch, hips to heels. Stretch out through the arms. Try and lengthen through the shoulders, through the spine. Hips reaching back to those heels, nice and heavy. Lovely. Now, try and lift the right arm up. Gaze goes up, and as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left. Bring the right ear to the floor. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll reach the left arm up, and then we thread it underneath the right, left ear to the floor. So you're just stretching out into those arms after all of that work, a little release in the back maybe. Release the left arm out. Now, walk the hands in towards the body. Roll up the spine. Keep the chin tucked in towards the chest as you roll all the way up. And then you can start to roll into the shoulders. And roll back the other way. You can let the chin tuck towards the chest and then roll the head from side to side. One final little stretch out we're going to do. Come to a seated position and bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees out nice and wide. You can have the feet however close to the body as feels good for you. And then just start to round forwards, letting the head bow down, stretching out the insides of those thighs. Releasing any tension in the back, shoulders are nice and soft, head and neck are soft. Lovely. Let's inhale, start to roll all the way back up, help your knees back together. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then big round of applause. Well done. Awesome work, guys. Amazing to find this time in your day to practice whenever you're doing it. You know by now we have Westside Wellbeing sessions, a whole back catalogue that you can use whenever you want to. We also have a new one released every week. So we'll have Pilates, circuits, Tabata and yoga. Please like the video if you've been happy with the content. Leave a comment, and if you subscribe you'll always get a little update when we've got a new video released. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Bye.